What's up everybody, and welcome back to another vlog. Guys, this isn't going to be a travel vlog. This is going to be a vlog of me replying to some comments from my recent Chinese series. Guys, it was a very successful series, but I didn't like a lot of the comments that were being made, and I feel like they were only being made because I visited China. I feel like if I visited a different country, these same comments wouldn't be made. So I'm here to answer some of your stuff. I actually wrote them down so I don't forget what to reply to. So I'm gonna start off with the most famous comment. It was made hundreds of times. Do you work for the CCP and how much do they pay you? Well guys, they've paid me billions of dollars. I'm joking. So if you guys think the Chinese government, one of the superpowers of the world, contacted a random person from Toronto and said, hey, we're gonna pay you tens of thousands of dollars to come to China to film McDonald's, KFC, and a local barbershop, you guys need help. You guys need to think bigger in life. There's no propaganda here, guys. That was all me, all self-funded. I paid for my trip myself. I paid for my hotel. I paid for all my restaurants, transportation, you name it. I was there on a 144-hour visa, which I didn't even stay the whole time. I stayed 5 days. My main goal was to show you guys the real China without any tour guides, without any payment, without anything. And I feel like I achieved that because many of the comments were very nice, especially people from China. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much. Now, your final answer, do I work for the Chinese government and how much do they pay me? I don't work for anybody, guys. I work for myself. The only person I listen to is my wife. And that's it. Second question, is the color of the sky in your videos fake? Is that a filter? Like, how is this the real question? A few people asked me this. Are you guys crazy? Of course it's fake. You think China has blue skies? No, I'm joking, guys. It was a real sky. Come on. To be honest, in regards to pollution, I did hear myself that China does have a lot of pollution. Now, I'm not sure if certain cities have more pollution than the other cities, but when I was in Shanghai, it didn't feel too polluted. Like, it felt like I was walking around downtown Toronto or like, I don't know, Miami. I don't know, just, it didn't feel any different. Like, I didn't have a hard time breathing. Nothing was wrong. Now, I don't know if it's different in other cities in China, but in Shanghai, everything was normal. Weather was beautiful. I was there at a great time. I was there 1 month ago. I was there in May. I didn't see any smog. I didn't see any pollution. As you guys saw, I kept saying that all the cars are pretty much EV over there, and you know, the roads are very clean. So I don't know, maybe that's why. I'm not sure, but I'm not sure if maybe back in the day there was bad pollution, but based on how I felt, I didn't feel like there was bad pollution at all in Shanghai. So there's your answer, guys. Yeah, the sky was blue when I was there. There was no filter to make it look brighter or anything. I don't know. I just thought it was a funny question that many people were asking me. Is it safe? Yes, it is extremely safe. So I don't know if you guys saw the video where I showed you guys where like at one corner there was like 20 cameras, and that was just like at one light post. Guys, when I see that many cameras, I feel safe. I feel like nobody will do anything wrong when there's that many cameras because they'll know they'll get caught. So in my experience, so you have to remember, I wasn't living there. I wasn't there for a month. I wasn't there for 2 weeks. I was there for 5 days. Based on my experience as a tourist, I felt very safe. Nobody tried to scam me. Nobody tried to rip me off. Like, I went into a couple taxis. They didn't try to overcharge me. I went and bought some stuff. Nobody tried to overcharge me, guys. Like, everybody was super cool and very nice. They're actually very welcoming towards tourists, which is refreshing. You know, when you go to certain countries, people try to scam you. They look at you as like, you know, a bank machine. In China, everybody was cool. Everybody was normal. Listen, there's some businesses that want to make money. They might try to call you into their store, but no one's scamming you and ripping you off constantly to the point where you feel like uncomfortable, right? So that being said, did I feel safe? Yes, I felt safe, but a reminder, I was only there for 5 days. I'm not sure on other people's experiences that live there, but based on the people that I did speak to when I was there, they said Shanghai is extremely safe. So next question is, will you come back? Yes, of course. I'm actually planning my next trip, guys. I'm coming to Chongqing. I'll be there in about 2 weeks. I haven't even booked my flight yet. For me, it was between Beijing, Shenzhen, and Chongqing. I think I'm going to go to Chongqing. I think it's actually I know I'm coming to Chongqing. So I'll be there in 2 weeks. So how my videos are gonna go is starting from 2 days after this video is posted, you're gonna get another country. I'll have a few videos there, and then after that there'll be one more, so 2 countries, and then China again. So stay tuned, guys. There's gonna be many more videos. I'm gonna explore Chongqing. It is a beautiful city. Everything's like on top of each other and under each other. I can't wait to go experience it myself. So I'll be happy to be back in China. Obviously, I loved it so much. The people were so nice. The comments were amazing from all you guys. I can't wait to see you guys in person, hopefully this time. Maybe some of you guys will recognize me. Apparently my videos are really big on some Chinese applications. So I can't wait to bump into you guys in person in Chongqing. So what I didn't like was so hard to stay connected with friends and family back home. You know, as you guys know, many sites are blocked. So I'm a WhatsApp guy. I use Instagram. I have family groups, friends groups. And being in China, even with the best VPN, it's very hard to get these apps to start working properly. Even 70% of the time or 50% of the time, it's extremely hard. So maybe next time I'm there, you guys could let me know what's a good VPN for me to use, because the mainstream VPNs that I do use, they're not that good in China. At least in China, they barely work. So let me know if you guys have any suggestions to help me stay better connected to back home. That being said, that was the main downfall for my China trip. It's just that I need to stay connected to my family, my wife. Let's say I'm out filming a video, my wife's at home with my son. It's just hard to stay connected, and my WeChat wasn't working. So it's hard as a Westerner to stay connected to, you know, friends and family back home when you're in China. That was my main negative from this trip. You know, some people were saying like, oh, it's a cashless society. Guys, why not? Why not advance with the times? You know, I have some cash on me right now. Sometimes I forget how much cash on me. Sometimes I lose cash. But if everything's on my phone, I'm not losing anything. Everything's tracked. I see what I spend. It's great. You don't lose anything. You don't have to walk around with your wallet anymore. So that's not a negative to me, you know, like, what are you guys hiding that you care so much about being in a cashless society? Like, what kind of people are out there in this world? If you guys are honest, you make an honest living, you're an honest person, you shouldn't be worried about this stuff, guys. That's what it comes down to. So stop being so paranoid. You know, when it comes down to it, always remember to ask yourself, am I this important for them to care about me? Just ask yourself that. And if you're a smart person, you'll say, no, I'm not that important. So nobody's watching me. So don't be worried, guys. You're not that big of a deal. Now, if you are traveling to China and you're like me, I'm from Canada. So if you're from Canada, USA, Europe, not so much anymore. I believe they opened up like 15 days for Europeans without a visa. But for Canadians and Americans, our only option right now, pretty much, unless you're in your home country, which I'm not, so I can't apply for like a good visa. Right now, I'm going back to Chongqing. I'm going back on the 144-hour visa. That's our only option. I wish that one was a little bit better or a little bit easier, but it's not. So right now, they're opening up slowly, and this is where we're at right now. I could get a longer visa to come to China, but I have to go back to Canada, and I don't have plans to go back there right now. I still have a few countries to film in this area of the world. So I'm going back to China on a 144-hour visa. If you are going to China, remember to download Alipay. Set it up before you go, guys. Without Alipay, you are nothing in China. Like, guys, you need Alipay to do anything in China. So you need Alipay to pay. You also need Alipay to use their like Uber app. It's called Didi. It's connected to the application. There's a bunch of different services inside the Alipay app. I think there's also maps. Guys, there's probably stuff that I don't even know about. Like, I'm still discovering. It's just that they're so ahead that imagine like you're in jail. Like, imagine you went to jail 20, 30 years ago and it was just like a flip phone. So imagine you're coming out now and you see where phones are today. That was me as a human going to China, like, wow, what's going on? Like, I swear to God, guys, there's stuff that I don't know if we'll see it where I'm from, at least in the next 20 years. I'm not joking, guys. I'm actually being for real. So back to what I was saying, guys. Download and install Alipay before you visit China. Find a decent VPN. I told you, I use the mainstream ones. You guys know which ones I'm talking about. I'm not going to call them out. But they didn't work. And I paid for them. So they didn't work in China. So find yourself a good VPN, Alipay. Install WeChat. So I had WeChat in Canada, but it wasn't working in China. Figure out how to install it, because you could also make payments through WeChat. Get that done. When you are doing your 144-hour visa, remember guys, flight in, flight out. No layovers within China. Make sure you have your hotel booked and make sure you're visiting a city that is included on the 144-hour list. I'm gonna wrap this vlog up guys, but I wanted to say, in a world full of hate, like, stop spreading more hate. You know, not everybody is evil, not everybody is good. But you as a person shouldn't always spread hate. You know, like I told you guys in the beginning of this video, I feel like a lot of the hate comments were made only because it was a video filmed in China, or my series was focused on China, and people started asking, why is he saying so many good stuff? I'm sure if I looked around for bad stuff in China, I would find bad stuff. But why would I vlog that? Right now, the majority of the West thinks China bad, right? I wanted my job to be to go to China and show you good China. Because most likely when you turn on your TV in Canada and USA, wherever you're from, they're not showing the nice parts. They're not showing the parts that I showed. So I wanted to show you guys the good parts. I could find bad in any country I go to. There's always going to be bad somewhere. It was my decision to show good because I want to show love and spread love. There's many people that like getting the clicks on YouTube, on Instagram, whatever, of spreading hate and controversial topics. I could do that too, but my goal was to spread love. If you're on a basketball team, guys, let me put this like very simple for you guys. If you're on a basketball team, you don't have to hate the other team you're playing against. It could be friendly competition. Just because you're from, I don't know, for argument's sake, just because you're from USA doesn't mean you have to hate Chinese people or China the country. It's okay not to hate each other, guys. You guys could have friendly competition. It's okay. We're all human, guys. We all live on this planet together. Let's love each other. Spread love. In a world full of hate, guys, stop spreading more hate. Spread love. Chinese people are good. Americans are good. Canadians are good. Europeans are good. Everybody's good, guys. You could always remember, you could always find bad wherever you go, but don't spread that bad. Don't spread that evil. Don't spread that hate. Find the good in everything, guys. Come on. Don't be like this. I don't like these comments that I see. Just be nice to each other. Come on. Anyways, I'm going to end this off on two more positive notes. So another thing that I loved in Shanghai was the transportation was so easily accessible. It was so efficient, safe, and clean. Believe it or not, with I think it's 26 million people. I don't know how they do this, but it's very clean. It's very easy to use and it's safe, guys. You know, public transportation in many countries is not the safest. You see a lot of crazy people on them recently, and you know, I'm sure if you look online, you know what I'm talking about. So that's what I loved. I didn't feel like I needed a car to really go around anywhere. Their subway infrastructure, I felt like it went everywhere that I needed to go personally. So I love that, and it was extremely easy to use, guys. All the machines have different languages too if you don't speak Chinese like me. So that was one thing that I loved. Another thing that I loved was how family friendly it was. So for those of you that don't know, probably didn't really see it in my videos, but I was there with my wife and my newborn son. I found Shanghai to be extremely family friendly. Like, people would go out of their way for us when they would see me with my stroller. They would open up a line for me specifically, especially when I got into the airport. Security guard will see me from all the way down there. He'd say, come over here, family, this, that. I've never got treated like that. I've been traveling a lot with my family, and China was the first place where workers at stores and airports and wherever I was went out of their way to help me. Respect to you guys, man. You're putting family first. I love that. That being said, guys, I'm gonna close this one out here. So as you heard earlier on in this video, I will be heading to Chongqing very soon, like probably within the next 10 days. I'll be there. If you have any suggestions or recommendations for me, message me directly on Instagram. My Instagram is in the description down below. Or comment here in this video. Where do you want me to go? What do you want me to see? Did you enjoy the videos I liked in Shanghai? Would you like something similar in Chongqing? Hopefully my series opened up your eyes a little bit about China and maybe changed your perspective. Maybe you'll visit there one day to see everything with your own eyes. Don't forget to leave me a comment and the like button, and I will see you next time.